Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It's new comic book day for the week of October 18th, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by Campfire Ashes. Brand new Campfire Ashes. It's spooky season, so a new episode every week instead of every other week. Check it. The links are in the description down below or wherever you find your podcasts.
Hey guys, it's Tim from the comic book store, Capes and Scowls. Paul and Tim do a thing in Team Ashen. Talking about trades, we got Blood Tree. Who doesn't love blood trees? They're great. We've got Plants vs. Zombies, The Unpredictables. We've got, hey, what do you know about Titan? We've got Witch of Thistle Castle in the Titan manga series.
The Titan Extended Universe.
Extending that universe. I got Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 6. Keep rolling here with the Zeb Wells train. We've got Hellboy and the BPRD. The Secret of Chesborough House and Others. We got Masters of the Universe Masterverse, the most recent miniseries. I've got Extreme Venomverse, where, you know, everything gets more extreme. I mean, look at that guy. That's wild. We've got Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones, new miniseries where there's a billion different... Why we gotta have a billion of every spider person? I don't get it. We got Air. This is book 4. This is a new release of this book, which was G. Willow Wilson's breakout book. We've got Cosmic Ghost Rider, issues 1 through 5 of the 2023 mini. I got Monarch, Volume 1. Who read Monarch? One of us did.
Did you see the cover?
Monarch?
That looks really familiar.
Yeah, I'm sure you loved it. He's taking too long. We got Wolverine, Volume 6, still going strong. This is the Benjamin Percy run. We've got Parker. Richard Stark's Parker is one of my favorite things ever. This is all 4 volumes that Darwin Cook did. There are books beyond that as well. Books. And then finally, I've got Batman, The Three Jokers, which has been out in hardcover, now in softcover.
First up, we have Hack Slash Back to School, issue number 1. This is a continuing series, so like Hack Slash has been around. I haven't read anything from the series, but you don't need that. This actually does a pretty good job of explaining, or at least cliff noting, the entire reasoning behind Hack Slash and being a thing. Basically, you have a girl who can see demonic slashers, and she kills them. And then come to find out, the world is way bigger than she thought it was, as she is thrust into a much larger kind of Umbrella Academy style place. And yeah, sets it up for a really, really fun story. The art is fantastic in here. The writing is really cool. I love like the diary aspect where everything is kind of handwritten and messy, and it just really feels like it pulls you into the story. Really good read. You should check it out.
All right, first up for me, we've got Harley Quinn. Black, white, and redder. Why would I pick this, Paul?
I don't know.
Starks did the middle story.
Oh, okay.
Starks and Schweitzer, so it's so much fun. But also, somebody that Paul's going to mention, or did mention, depending on the order of this thing, is Zoe Thorogood. She did the first story, and then Sean Lewis wrote the last story. I like all these people. All these people are very good. So your first story focuses on Harley trying to get a new sidekick. She can't decide, so she just takes a bunch of them, and they're all kids. And they all kind of represent different parts of her personality. And she's kind of coping with the fact that there is no perfect sidekick, she thinks. And she goes on an adventure trying to figure that out. A lot of crossword puzzles happen in there as well. Starks' story has to do with when she was a psychologist in high school or college, and just going down that path and being bullied. And turns out one of the bullies actually became some sort of crime boss, so her dealing with that. And then Sean Lewis's story was pretty interesting, actually. Has to do with a very old version of Harley, even older than Old Woman Harley. Geriatric Harley, I guess. So that was a lot of fun. All the stories were really great. I'm just a Kyle Starks completionist because he's my boy. And it was a fun read. I jumped in knowing nothing. It was good.
Hey guys, Matt from the comic book store and Capes and Scowls, and I am back with less hair and more opinions to share with you. First up, I read Al Capone Vampire #1 because it's spooky season. This one was very spooky. We get Al Capone in modern day 2023 Vampire, Pennsylvania. Come to find out, he hasn't been dead. He has simply been vampiric. We follow him as he goes about doing vampire things, and he decides that he wants to go back to the city of Chicago and take over Chicago like the days of old. How he goes about doing that is very vampiric, and there's a lot of violence. But it's cool because it's American mythology, and it's gory, and it's fun, and it's nonsensical, and it's just a fun read. Al Capone Vampire #1. Check it out.
Next up, we have Catwoman, issue number 58. This is continuing the Gotham story. It's almost over. I think we only have like 2 issues left, 1 issue left. Yeah, now everything is out in the open. Vandal Savage is basically usurped all of their power, and now they are coming together to fight a common enemy. And there's still a lot that needs to get tied up in this story because Batman and Catwoman are still kind of at each other's throats. They've really screwed up Jason. We don't know how that's going to kind of go out. And then, of course, Vandal has the Batcave. So, like, there's a lot going on here. This is going to be setting up for a really, really messy ending. And I'm here for it. Definitely check it out.
All right, it's time for my pick of the week. Paul, do you know what my pick of the week is?
Not a clue.
You should, because I showed you. It's Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
You make it sound like I have that kind of like short-term memory.
You're like a goldfish. You're right. So this book is awesome. This is Animals Doing People Things, which is Matt's favorite. Yeah, Matt loves that.
Fuck yeah.
It's a bit much, guy. Calm down.
Sorry, I got excited.
He's an idiot. Anyways, this is about a bear, and she works at the hardware store, and it's her family business, and it's a happy little town where happy little things happen. But, to kind of calm herself, she goes into the big city and murders people. And this is very much like a Dexter style, I murder people kind of thing. And I cover it up and hope nobody finds out. And there is a big thing that happens at the end of this that might jeopardize that. So the art is super cutesy. It's like Richard Scarry kind of art, which makes it really gruesome when the murdery bits happen. And trust me, it is gruesome. Not for the faint of heart. And not for the animal lovers, I guess. But this book is awesome. And I definitely already added it to my list. So make sure you check it out.
And my pick of the week this week was The Man from Maybe #1 from O&I Press. This was a really, really cool concept. It kind of takes like the end of the world, post-apocalyptica, oh my god, we're all going to die, and it meshes it with the Old West. And that's where you kind of get this weird-looking cat on the cover.
He's a cat?
No, I wish he was. He's an actual person. It's just people doing people things.
Oh.
But, nonetheless, this guy is kind of like your do-gooder in a time where things are not good. We get to see the way that he operates, the way that he's trying to bring society back to societal terms. It's a great book.
And my pick of the week, it is Kill Your Darlings, issue number 2. This series is amazing. The art is fantastic in here, and so is the writing. So we are issue number 2. We're getting a little bit more glimpses into the past of what happened, and we're still continuing on with the series. We've done a little time jump because of the things that happened in the first issue, and our character is kind of coming to grips with those kind of things, and just kind of convinced that the world is not right, or her head is not right, and then coming face to face with the fact that no, none of this is in her head. This is all happening. This is all reality, and she needs to fix it. So we don't know where we're going to go from here. This story is amazing. It is crazy. I don't want to give too much away, so I'm being as vague as possible on this stuff, but the art is fantastic. The writing is great, and I want to see more because this got really crazy. So check it out.
All right, guys. Well, that is it. There is new Campfire Ashes for you to check out, so please feel free to do that wherever you get your podcasts. It is spooky season, so Paul is being extra spooky over there, which I don't know what that looks like. What does an extra spooky Paul actually look like?
It just means 4 episodes instead of 2 in a month.
Extra spooky, I say. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for stopping by and checking us out, as always. We'll see you next week.